Mic check,
All right,
1, 2.
Going live, man.
Awesome. Okay.
I got you.
You got it?
Got you. I feel all right. So as you guys know, whenever I go live, it takes me a second to get everything up and running. I'm going to introduce a special guest lady that's beside me. Both of us a little upset that we couldn't be as cute as we tried to be, or cute for her, handsome for me, because of the elements. So give me a second just to make sure that everything is up and running properly. And then we're going to go through everything. Look at there, we're up and running.
Yep, I see it.
Look at there, look at there. A little blurry, but let me check one more thing. All right, we're not doing too bad. Let's give a little observation about what all we're seeing so far before we get started.
Man, it feels like somebody picked Bank of America Stadium up and dropped it right here. It seems like a home game for all intents and purposes for the Carolina Panthers today.
Yeah, you want to step up a little bit, so step forward toward the camera. There you go. Yeah, we just heard the Keep Pounding chant. Lots of McCaffrey jerseys, other Panthers jerseys. Can you describe what's to our left?
I actually cannot describe what's to our left. I have no clue what's going on. I see some clown wigs, bucket hats, pink and white cheerleading skirts, which is almost stranger than the random jerseys that we see pretty much in every game. How many have you seen?
There's I forget, but Josh Klein from the Riot Report noted in front of us there's 4 teams, and they're all sitting right beside each other, and none of those teams are playing today. So that's pretty.
Not playing here today.
Not playing here today is correct. We got a Patriots jersey coming with a few Panthers jerseys.
You're almost guaranteed to see a Patriots jersey and a Steelers jersey.
Yeah,
You're guaranteed to see those two teams, no matter the teams that are playing and taking the field at the particular venues. Steeler faithful out here in London. Have you encountered?
I'm gonna let you keep talking. I'm just trying to show them around for you. Don't move.
I'm not gonna move.
Yeah, so we'll show them around. Just tell them what we're looking at.
Man, so we got some Tampa Bay jerseys over to the right of me. Raising them up early. Oh, there's a Packers jersey. See an AR-12 jersey coming towards us. Well, they're in full Packers gear, period. And of course, the Browns. Saquon Barkley, see a UF shirt. I really don't know what's going on over here. I'm trying to figure it out. I see a referee. Oh, so they're like a referee in a cheerleading squad. For what it's worth. We have some understated Panthers fans over here. They just have the cap and the eye black on, but they're there.
Hey, I think the rain has stopped for it.
It did stop, and someone's recording us too.
Somebody's recording us?
Yeah, look straight ahead.
Straight ahead?
Right there.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, he's recording us.
Oh, he is.
It's hilarious.
Did you wave at him?
I did not. I think he's sneaking pictures.
Is he?
Yeah, that happens a lot.
This is what happens. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's give some shout outs. By the way, let's formally start because I had to get everything together. So I'm Chris Jenkins. This is Sheena Quick. She's with Quick Out the Block. She doesn't know why she's joining, but I was a little nervous today. So I was like, hey, Sheena, where you been? Come on out and join me because it's a lot of being in London this week and this huge stadium and everything. But appreciate you joining me on the show.
No problem. Of course, I owe you one because I'm normally not a fan of the elements.
It stopped. God said.
But it's still,
it stopped.
It has to be colder than 60 degrees. I'm not buying that at 60 degrees out here. I think Instagram lied to me.
It's been cold. It's been cold all week. It's been cold all week for sure. So let's go over. Big thing I like to do first on this show is go over the inactive list. And first one I'm going to talk about is Dante Jackson. He is out, which is a surprise because early this week Rivera was talking to the media. He seemed very optimistic about Dante coming, and he even said that he first saw Dante coming back with some limited participation, meaning that he was going to be sharing some snaps with Ross Cockrell. Obviously, that's not going to happen. It's going to be all Ross Cockrell today. We have Cam Newton, no surprise, he's out. Christian Miller's out with an ankle. Trey Turner, who I remember people talking about Trey travel, right? He has an ankle hurt, but Cam couldn't travel, was his foot.
It depends on the severity of the injury. Obviously, I don't know if it's been ruled out, the Lisfranc injury. As far as Cam, I don't know if we have an official diagnosis on that, but maybe the team has some sort of intel that we are not privy to.
That wouldn't be a surprise, right?
It wouldn't be a surprise. And I'm thinking with Dante, it may be more so as a long-term precaution because they're not super deep at the cornerback position, and it's cold out here.
It is.
Muscle tears, muscle pulls, muscle strains.
That track woman coming out.
They're prevalent out here, and he's a speed guy. So,
Yeah.
you know, groin, hamstring issues are going to come into play. So it seems to be kind of a long, like Ron Rivera and his staff are preparing for the long game when it comes to Dante.
And to your point about that, Rivera did mention early in the week that the weather, slippery field, he didn't want some of the guys with injuries out there. So to your point, that could also have lended to Dante being out for today. We also have Greg Little that's out with a concussion. I have personal concerns about his personal health because he got hurt, came back. He's been out now for 2 weeks.
2 concussions in 5 games in.
Did he get another one or did that first one? Look at this. I'm sorry to be distracted, but we got another colorful workout looking guy passing.
You've got to pull him over here and ask what's up with it.
I'll let you do so.
Excuse me.
We're going to see if we can get him in. Here. I'm going to let you do it.
We're doing a live broadcast. Can you explain your ensemble to us today?
Sorry, what do you mean?
Your outfit.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of you guys. Is it a group
Okay.
of you guys? Whose
Yeah, we
idea
have
was it?
4 guys from Austria, and we here to enjoy the game and have fun. And we thought about we want to see us at the big. How's it called? The screen, yeah.
Out. Okay.
Oh,
that's
you want to get
smart.
on the screen?
Yeah,
That's
we want to get on the
smart.
screen, so we thought about we should wear a outfit that nobody has. So we try to do this, and hopefully we get on the
It
screen.
worked.
Yeah.
You caught our eye. So who do you got in the game today?
The
Panthers.
the Bucks.
You're saying Bucks?
Why?
Support the Bucks because we love the Bucks. We've been in Tampa Bay 2
Okay.
years ago, and
Nice.
we're guys for the Bucks. Yeah, we support the
Awesome.
Bucks.
Enjoy your game.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, see you.
Bye-bye. I want to take off my jacket because I want to show off my suit. But
I mean, you can show off your suit, but if you're sniffling next week, we have no time for sickness.
no time for sickness.
Can't drink enough elderberry.
Hey, by the way, we want your questions and comments. Just got a few more things that we're going to go through, and then we're going to go do the part that I love the most, which is engaging with you all and get some questions answered. All right. Natrell Jameson's out with his foot, and then Brian Cox Jr. is also inactive today. So let me see if I can switch to some questions that have been coming through. How you holding up?
I'm surviving.
You surviving?
I'm surviving.
All right, let me see if I can get to the questions on here. Where did my questions go? Are they at the bottom?
Probably.
I got to go back up to the top. Live TV, this happens that I could see it, but then I can't see it. So let me try to go and do this again. There we go. All right. Panthers 95, sad Dante is out. Yeah, I agree. Chris Johnson, what's up? Appreciate you tuning in as always. Kay Francis, seems like a lot of people are not happy that Dante's out. Let's
Not
see.
with the way the Bucks performed in week 2.
Yeah, and I'm going to get to another point about keys to the game and what Rivera said he's going to be looking out for, or things that the Panthers need to be cautious about for the Panthers. And Dante being out is crucial for that. NFL Network's Willie McGinnis is already saying Cam is done if Kyle wins today. All right, let's talk about that for a split second. Come on now, come on. This live, they saw that pause.
I had this conversation with several people.
Hey, and her links below to comment and follow her later will be there. So if you like what she says, But go ahead, I gave you a second to extra think there.
Yeah, you did. I mean, okay, so if Kyle wins today, that puts him at 5-0. I don't know if we're necessarily putting too much weight into that first win down in New Orleans in week 17. However, he started that game, and in the first half of that game, that was against the Saints' first-string defense, and he held his own. He's looked pretty good. He's had his issues with ball security and things like that.
Yeah.
But if he wins this game and the Panthers go into the bye 4-2, their first game back is against the 49ers. If Cam Newton returns for that game,
Will Cam return for that game?
if he returns for that game and the Panthers lose.
Can you answer that one?
I can't answer it
Okay.
without knowing what his injury is.
All right.
Now, I've had my own, personal opinions about Cam and his health and whether or not I felt like the franchise put him in the best position to succeed. I think that what we're seeing right now is years of wear and tear coming to fruition. He's in his ninth year, and he's taken some really, really hard hits.
Right.
More so than a lot of quarterbacks, mostly because of his size and because he has different elements to his game, especially the run game. He's gotten a lot of flack for being, athletic, which was so weird to me. But if Cam Newton comes back and they lose to San Fran, and then they have Tennessee. Is it Tennessee right afterwards?
Yep, Tennessee back at home.
And Tennessee, which are games that can be lost if those teams are hot.
Absolutely.
Do you think that if he's healthy, Cam comes back, the Panthers lose those 2 games, do you think that Ron Rivera and the staff have the guts to sit a healthy Cam Newton?
I do because well, we we're the first time doing this, so we don't know who's going to hold the mic. You going to hold it? I'm going to hold it. You want to hold it?
We're just going to make sure it doesn't fall. That's what we're going to do.
So I think on that comment that Cam is done, I don't think Cam is done if Kyle wins today. I think irregardless of how Kyle does, he hasn't been superior. He's been good. He's been solid, but he hasn't been superior. That Cam deserves a shot once he is healthy. Now, going with what you say, if Cam is to return, I don't know if that guy's going to walk right towards me, but I held it together.
Like he
right?
Like
He's
going
to
put your arm out like that lady that went viral.
Bam,
like,
right?
No,
don't do this. But if Cam comes back, I think it's going to be a real short leash. If he loses that San Francisco game, yeah, it's a big opponent, but it depends on how poorly he plays. I say definitely that second game, if Cam is still performing poorly or they're losing, that they'll pull him out because Rivera still wants to keep his job. Marty Herney still wants to keep his job. I think Marty, this time around, has shown more than ever he wants to keep his job. So I don't think he could make the call during the game. I think that's more on a Rivera side, but I think it'll be a short leash.
It'll definitely be a short leash. I've heard whisperings that if Cam Newton comes back and he gets hurt, Cam has a contract year coming up. Could that be the end of Cam Newton's Carolina career?
Yeah, well, I'm going to say that for later so we can move through some more questions, right? So hopefully you'll come back on and we'll do something to go more into that. But we've got a lot of questions that are coming through that I want to make sure we touch on, which is, let me see if I can get this right. Cockrell will take care of business, says Justin Price. J-Dub saying, gotta hold Godwin. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because it wasn't even Mike Evans that did work last time. It was Godwin.
Yeah, it was Godwin. And, Cockrell, in my opinion, he took a step back last week in his performance. So you got to hope that he steps up, even if James is doing good. These guys, one of the things that Rivera talked about with Tampa that they got to be cautious of, these guys like to go vertical. They can start getting on a roll with Jameson, start throwing that deep ball. So even if Bradbury's holding it down, you got the other side that you need to hold down, which could pose a threat. And Jameson can make a little room. He can run around a little bit. So that's something to be concerned about.
For sure.
J-Dub, I'm sorry, I already read that comment. B. Amos, Cockrell will be okay. Josh Double says keep pounding. Have you heard the chants in the background?
It's a home game, guys. By all accounts, it is a home game for the Carolina Panthers. I don't know if you guys have been following on Twitter. Have you seen? Well, you were here.
Yes,
I just got in this morning, but
came in on a private jet. Must be nice. Hopefully I can get her right back. She came in this morning. Poor people, we had to be here like since Wednesday. I left Charlotte Wednesday so I could make it here.
Oh, whatever. No, but did you see where Tampa Bay had tweeted what was it, Bucks UK doesn't mess around? Yeah. And then the Roaring Riot replied, that's cute, with a huge group shot of all the people that are here.
Yeah, the Roaring Riot, shouts out to, I forgot his name. What's the owner? Zach Luttrell with the coordination of getting all those people here. Ironically, I don't know if you guys, by the way, all of my Twitter and Instagrams are in the description. I encourage you to follow me on that as well. I got a ride yesterday on an Uber, and in the back seat were two ladies.
I saw that.
With Tampa Bay uniforms on, and it was funny because I haven't seen a lot, but how ironic that I got in the car with two of them. But
it's pretty funny.
Let's keep on moving. Got a question. What do you expect from the O-line with Little and Turner out? You want to go?
You never know what to expect with this O-line. Let's be real. Sometimes they're super consistent. They're creating huge gaps, which we saw that a couple times last week. Was it 82 or 84? 84-yard run, and then
long. It was long.
Yeah, it was super long. However long it was, it was super long. 80-plus yards for Christian McCaffrey. Of course, he's dynamic. He's going to do his thing. But then you also had the 59-yarder by Reggie Bonifant.
Yeah. So I feel like this O-line. I feel like the team. The entire team actually, I see that pigeon. I got a lot of distractions going on today, but I'm going to stay silent. I think the team as a whole is coming together, honestly. And that next man up mentality is just being contagious and just going through, Ross Cockrell and not got the Greg Little. I feel like as long as they start clicking, that they'll communicate and they'll do well. And I just feel like next man up is working for us. So I feel good about the O-line.
I feel like I made the OBJ face because they're like throwing. Did they just throw a pigeon up in the air?
I'm not going to look. I'm going to keep going.
Oh my! The cheerleaders just threw a pigeon.
Lewis James said, "Do you think Kyle Allen would be asked to throw 50 times today?" I'll take this one. It always depends on what the game plan is and what's happening. I would love to see us throw. I won't say 50 times, but I would love to see Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore get lots of opportunities.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I feel like Christian McCaffrey is no doubt a solid dimensional running back and receiver, but why not stroke the ego of these guys that are dedicated receivers and that are darn good runners after the catch and good at getting those 50-50 balls. So not 50, but I hope 30, Kyle going for 300 yards, Christian getting about 150 total yards. Wouldn't be a bad day.
Well, he may have to Kyle Allen might have to rely on that arm a little bit more today with CMC's back kind of tightening up last week.
His back is fine. I think his back is perfectly fine. I think my opinion is that his back did hurt, but it was pretty minor and everything, and that because they have to list something on the injury report, like, all right, go ahead and sit out, your back's hurting. I think it's perfectly good.
Well, they don't have to. They could say rest. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I'm going to throw this one to you. Will the Bucs be able to contain CMC again? Because they shut him down.
They shut him down because we didn't get anything. I'm sorry. The Panthers didn't get anything. They didn't get anything going in the pass game. So when you don't have that threat vertically or down the field, of course it's easier to crowd the box.
Yeah. I don't think they'll shut him down. That's a tough one.
If the passing game is established, no, I don't.
And that's where we're going to leave it. We're going to go to the next one. Let's see. Altamore. Can you hear the key pounder? You guys probably can because we're on this dedicated mic, but there's another. Try to hold it up.
Did that work any?
There's another keep pounding chant that's going on. Let's see here. Hope we get that W today. I don't know about you, but whenever we travel, the further we travel, the more I'm like, y'all better win because I done went through all this to get here. Sleepless nights. I had jet lag the other day, fussed at my son. If you're watching, Chandler, because I know that you said you would, I'm so sorry about fussing at you, thinking that it was 7 a.m. when it was 7 p.m. because I had slept like 6 hours accidentally in the middle of the day. But hopefully we'll get that W today.
Did you see that random Tannehill jersey?
Nah, I didn't.
I've seen like 3, and that's super random.
There's a lot of random.
Dolphins Tannehill jerseys.
And that Shaq Thompson's autograph signing yesterday, I think it was somebody with I forget what kind of jersey, but it was not a Panthers, it was not a Bucs jersey, and they want him to sign it. I'm like, I guess football fans just kind of feel like this crap is expensive. So
look, as long as it's a jersey, it's a jersey.
It's a game. I'm wearing my stuff. I'm rocking it. Hold on, let me get to the next question.
Some Vikings with some Russell Wilson there.
I hear you, Justin, but Shaq Barrett is for real. I think that's an that was him talking about Justin Price, which made a comment earlier.
Okay.
Shaq is definitely for real, but I'm confident in the O-line today. Kyle got to take care of the ball and not hold on to it forever. What do you think about them Kyle Allen fumbles? Do you think we're going to continue the tradition today?
It better not. If they want to win.
You said that like a mama.
That's just the point blank period. What we talked about a lot last week with Kyle Allen and Gardner Minshew is even though these are young quarterbacks, they're professionals and they're expected to behave and perform like professionals, which means securing the ball.
I'm zoned out doing this, looking at this, so I'll let you keep talking to the people for a second.
Well, that was the point, though. Even though they're young, everybody, when you step on that field, you're a professional, whether it's year 1, year 9, or year 16. So I do think that it is time for him to buckle down on ball security. Ron said that he worked with that a lot the last couple of weeks, so hopefully we don't see any cough-ups today.
I always wonder, what did they do to work on it? Because he 3 games in a row. But, anyway, yeah, I hope Kyle – if Kyle doesn't fumble in that first possession, then I feel like very, very positive vibes. No, very positive vibes will be going on today.
Well, someone asked Ron if they made him carry the ball around the stadium, and he kind of chuckled. He said, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, he said no. Well, we're going to go ahead and go to wrap up because not that it's cold. Are you cold?
I don't feel the elements anymore. I've become acclimated.
The rain went away, but we got to find a way to get back into this place, get to our seats, and do some reporting. So format for Charlotte Vibe, and I say Charlotte Vibe because we're going to let Sheena tell you what's going to happen with her outlet. But format for Charlotte Vibe is follow me on Twitter. Again, links are in the description below on YouTube. During the game, all the game updates, player injuries, and all that stuff will happen on Twitter. And then, as always, we look for your post-game comments. So if there's a player or coach that you want me to ask a question to, like I said, I work for you guys. So please tweet that to me, and then I'll get that post-game interview up at the end of the day. And that's it for me. What about you?
You guys can find up-to-the-minute in-game updates as well as injury updates, my opinions, as well as other people's opinions on my Twitter, Sheena_Marie3, same for Instagram. And afterwards, you can catch the post-game recap on fox1340am.com and on quickouttheblocks.com.
All right, so I was going to ask you about your London experience. I don't know where that came
I haven't had one.
What about your flight over? How was your flight over?
I slept. I slept the entire flight.
Hey, there was a Panthers fan saying cheers. Predictions? Do you have a prediction? Want to do a prediction? You can do score or just win or loss.
I'm going to go with the Panthers 20-14.
All right, I'm going to go with the victory. I'm not going to do a score. Again, with this team, I feel like there's a lot of momentum that's building. I feel like there's a positive vibe that's going ever since they started with this run streak that they're on. I also feel like there's a little revenge factor, right?
It's definitely a revenge factor. There's huge division implications here.
Division implications, a team that you play twice a year, so I feel pretty good about it. So that is it for now. I'm going to go back. Do you have anything else?
That's it.
All right, so Chris Jenkins, Sheena Quick, I'm going to let you guys see just a little bit of what's around us, and then we'll go in.
Oh, you following Sheena? I like those 100 eye blacks. Those are kind of cool.
Do you want some?
Yeah, you got some more?
You want some?
Thank you. Those are super cool. Okay, so there's like a little, are you still live? There's a bag full of goodies that they're giving out to all of the fans. I see some NFL 100 eye blacks. I'm not sure what else is in there, but of course I have kids, so they like stuff like this.
We got those ones.
Nice.
All right. Do you want me to put them on you?
Oh, no, I'm going to take them to my kids.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Why am I still on camera, Chris?